This just in, your social media could be making you depressed. Instead of feeling connected with each other, Facebook could be making you feel isolated and unhappy. The phenomenon known as Facebook depression has been observed by the American Academy of Pediatrics in users who constantly check the social network site. It's not because social media sites are so boring, but because most users who read status updates of other people's milestones feel inadequate. If you read that your friend was promoted or is traveling the world, you tend to perceive that others are happier and have a better life than you. It's like a high school popularity contest where you get to see the jocks and cheerleaders have a great life while you're sitting alone in the cafeteria. Conversely though, the University of Wisconsin did a study that concludes Facebook depression is not really something to be alarmed about and may not exist. They did a study on students who spend 50% of their time online on Facebook, and it showed no symptoms of depression. Regardless of the results, they do still warn that a safe and balanced media use is the key to fighting problems that could lead to depression. We have to remember, folks, that these tools are put out there for communication and connection, not to make us feel bad about ourselves. Sometimes it's hard to think of driving as a privilege, but for those of us in wheelchairs, it's been prohibitively expensive. Thankfully, that's going to change with the Kenguru, an electric wheelchair-friendly vehicle. The Kenguru is an extremely small vehicle. It's a little shorter than a smart car and only the tiniest bit wider. It's not built for road trips. Its top speed is only 28 miles an hour, and it can only climb a 20% gradient hill. But it's meant for jaunts around the town, and since it can go for 68 miles before it needs to be recharged, you can get quite a few good trips in before powering it up again. It's controlled with a handlebar, much like a motorcycle, so they're working on a model that will use a joystick instead. It'll hit the market about 6 months from now and cost around $25,000. It could cost customers much less if they live where electric vehicle or vocational rehabilitation incentives are available. Whether it hits the market, it's sure to improve thousands of lives. Here's hoping that it's the first step to an entirely wheelchair accessible world.